And welcome back everyone to the Bumpy channel. Hope everyone's having an awesome day, whatever day you are watching this. And welcome back, and I'm glad to say, to the OTB tournament recaps. Round number 1, technically round number 2 because I took a bye the first round because it's a long commute, it's about a 50-minute drive. And when the first round is at 8 p.m. or 7:30, it goes to 11, and then I don't have enough energy for the second round. And 3-day tournaments are good when you want a lot of practice. But nonetheless, signed up for 3-day, took a round 1 bye. And yeah, I'm happy to say we're back with the OTB tournament recaps. Sorry that I haven't been uploading for a while now. I think it's been like a month or maybe a month and a half. It is because that my computer just couldn't work. Whenever I hit the record button, it would just completely lag out. I would get probably 5 seconds or like 20 seconds of a good recording until I will keep dropping frames. And I'm not going to put something out there on this YouTube channel without premium quality. So I hope you guys can understand, but we're gonna have much more videos to come, and much more rapidly. So yeah, hope you guys are going to enjoy the ride. So I'm playing someone in round 1 called Pranav, and he's about 1880, about 1900. And the funny story with this person is that I played him 3 months ago. Oh no, sorry, 3 years ago. At a New Jersey tournament. Maybe it was a little bit less than 3 years ago, but it's been a while. And I recognize faces. And he opened with e4. And I played e5, knight f3, knight c6. And in the line that I played with him, or the game that I played with him previously, he played bishop c4. So we got the same kind of structure. And he did play bishop c4 this time. I played knight f6, d3, bishop c5. So we're getting the same exact position. And here he surprised me, actually. It's a move that I have seen, but not as much now because it's not as popular. And it was something that was tried by Sam Sevian in the World Cup, I think earlier or obviously not earlier, but late last year. Is this move bishop e3. And this move is just designed to get a quick open f-file. And sometimes white goes knight d2, queen e2, sometimes he long castles, sometimes he short castles, and the point is to just kind of get this open f-file for the rook. I took, and then I played the most principled approach, I played d5. And the point is, I want to attack the bishop, he obviously has to take. If he doesn't take, by the way, then I take on e4, takes, and once the queens see each other, takes knight e4. I am much, much better here because I'm first up a pawn. His king cannot castle, and I'll castle very quickly. His pieces don't make sense, and my knight is very developed. My bishop's going to come active, and black has a very, very nice position. So I took back with the knight, queen e2, and I played bishop e6, castles, castles. No, not much thinking so far in this game. And here he played knight d2, and here's where I had my first real think of the game. And I was thinking, so I have to think of a plan, because here's the thing. What I was really actually afraid of is that he's going to go knight e4. Oh, sorry. Oops. He's going to go knight e4. And what he's actually going to do is he's going to play knight g5, or he's going to play knight c5. And the problem is, if he gets, let's say I played some lazy moves, and he gets knight c5, and I have to go back to c8, and then he gets, a4, and he gets rook e1, and he gets queen f2. Like, see how my position is very congested because my c8 bishop, it's not doing much, right? And my knights are not well placed enough. So I wasn't feeling very comfortable in my position. So I actually took a while, and I played this move queen e7. And it was just to kind of prevent this move knight e4. Now you're asking, how does that prevent knight e4, Rampage Nooks? Good question. This prevents knight e4 because I can actually play h6 here. And this is my plan, because I mitigate g5, and now with my queen on e7, I stop c5. So I stopped the main 2 breaks. Of course, white is supposed to play d4 here, and after I take, he can still get the c5 square. But my analysis of this position was that I was good. And here's a little bit of a tactic, knight f4. A discovered attack on this bishop, he would have to move here, and I have this in-between move, we call it a Zwischenzug. Knight takes g2, because if king takes g2, I can take back on c4, and I'll be up a pawn, right? And his king is in bad conditions. So queen f2, and I played f6. Oh, sorry, and he played queen f2. This was the move that I was hoping he would not play, and he played it fairly quickly. I don't think he's not in prep, but he's very familiar with the position because this is what he plays. I've talked to him after the game, and it's kind of what he plays on the normal basis, as he's found it a pretty decent opening, and I agree. Here was my a second real think of the game, because I was like, do I want to play f5 or do I want to play f6, or do I want the f5 setup h6, or do I want f6 and then king h8? What I decided here is that I want f6 because I don't want knight g5 to happen, and what I thought was really strong in the game was that if I play f5, he has this move e4. And this is very important because when I move my knight back, he takes, and with the whole transformation, with 7 takes on the board, he plays rook e1, and I have to see this from like 4 or 5 moves out, right? I see that my pawn at e5 is extremely weak. And there is not much that I can do because he's going to play queen g3. And what he's going to do, he's going to play knight c4. He's going to put a rook on e4. He's going to put another rook on e1. And this pawn, if I cannot get behind it, I have a lot of counterplay, but if I cannot get behind it, let's say I play some lazy moves, then he is much, much better because he's going to get knight c4, he's going to get this pawn, he's attacking this pawn, and if I cannot defend it, I'm going to be way, way worse in this position because I'm going to be down a pawn, right? So that's why I wasn't too happy to see this. I ultimately settled on f6. He played d4, and I was like, okay, well, this makes sense. I'm going to play knight b6. And I considered 2 moves here, bishop e6, queen e6, and if d5, I was actually going to play either knight e5. I was thinking about knight e5, but I was actually going to play f e5, and not so fast, right? Because now this rook is opened, and then my pawn can actually move forward, and then we can attack this knight, right? Actually, I guess e4 hangs here, but maybe I have some counterplay with the knight. And I was like, yeah, I mean, this could happen. This could be a decent try, but I was like, I wasn't so sure this is the best way for white, actually. Because actually now c4 is stopped. That's another reason why I play knight b6, because I have control over the c4 square. So I was like, okay, he's gonna play bishop b5, and I was actually really I actually underestimated this move because I was like, what do I want to do when he plays this? Because I was thinking rook d8, but then he can actually take and then play queen g3. And this pawn is really brittle, because if I take and he takes, he has his knight on d4, he's going to come in with this, he's going to bring his other rook, this pawn is also weak, right? Like, let's not forget, like, he can take this and this is a fork. So I was considering all this stuff, and then he played bishop d3 in like 2 minutes, and I was like, oh, I missed that. Oh, that's not too good. By the way, if the cam is blurry, I'm sorry, I'm going to fix it for next time. Because I don't know, because I haven't done a recording in a while, so you guys can tell me how it looks. Yeah, you guys can tell me how it looks. So, rook d8. I settled on rook d8. I hit the clock. I'm like, life is good. I mean, it's not the best position, because he can play rook e1. I'm going to play queen f7. He can take, then I take. Play rook d8. Press the clock. And he comes back after walking for a bit. And he comes back, and he has the most confused look on his face. And I'm like, rook d8 is a very natural move. What am I missing? Comes back, thinks for 2 minutes, hits me with this move. And I'm like, oh. Because here's what I thought. d5, fe5, my queen controls h4. So this is no longer good because I can just take the queen. And then, you know, I can play like knight d5 and attack e3. I didn't consider that he has queen h4 here. Because now the point is, it's not about this pawn. If I move it, now he sees my queen. So now takes, and this pawn is loose. So I'm going to be down a pawn in this variation. And I just didn't see it. I was like, oh, crap, this is bad, right? I was like, oh. So I have 2 options here. I can play g6 and be down a pawn. Or I can play g5. And I was like, okay, well, I was like, do your worst, g5. On the table. Obviously, I'm not happy to play like this. And I was like, he played queen f2 back. And I was like, we're going to go for it. g4. And the point is, I'm going to get a pawn. he has to prove it. And as bad as this looks, as bad as weakening your king, I do not recommend that you guys try this. This is a do or die kind of thing. I either die by the sword here, right? Because he has open E lines. He's going to hit my queen. He's going to hit my knight. He's going to queen g3. Like, this is a very, very risky position. It's a very double-edged position. I can also have chances. Because if I get like queen c5, if I get these queens off, I'm going to have chances to win the endgame. And he played knight h4. He actually went for this. And I was like, okay, well, I'm either going to lose or I'm going to win, right? This is not going to be a draw. Because, like, just look at the position. Because he's going to play rook e1, he's going to play c3. And I'm going to lose on this diagonal. I'm going to lose, like, on this file. Or I'm going to win. So he played rook e1, I played queen f7. And the funny part is, this is not that bad. It's only bad for one reason. And it's only bad for one reason if he plays c3 and he plays bishop f5. And this is the concrete plan, at least that I saw in the game, where he is going to be winning. And the reason he's going to be winning is that after I take and he takes, he's threatening knight h6, right? So I'm going to sidestep. He's going to play queen g3. And he's coming in with knight e4. Actually, not queen g3 right away. Sorry, I meant knight e4 here. Knight e4. He's going to play queen g3. He's going to play rook e3. He's going to play rook f4. And just to give you guys a scenario, what could happen? Even this, knight h6 is a fork. I have to guard this pawn. So I have to play h5. Which doesn't even look good, right? Because I have rook f4 and now this pawn is weak. I have to be extremely careful here because if I'm not, I'm just going to lose this game. And this is what I thought was the plan that white should take. Because once I take and he takes, my light squares are done for. He's going to hit my g4 pawn, and I don't have anything. Right? He doesn't see it. He plays queen g3. Now, right now, I would say the time is actually not that. Like, he was thinking a lot from this point forward. So I've loosened the time gap from 40 to 14 to maybe like 20 to 10 maybe. And I played king h8. And I played king h8 because I just want to sidestep, you know, I don't want to be checked on this file if anything goes wrong. And there are always potential rook sack ideas, especially here when my king is so weak. And I was always considering, like, does white want to go for this? Because if white does go for this, they have to be pretty certain it's going to work. But honestly, with rook f3, rook h3 coming, with knight e4 coming, this is a very dangerous position. And what I was actually going to do in the game was that I was going to give up f6 because I was going to knight e2. And if takes, I was going to take here. And if like king f1, then actually, I don't know. I don't know what I was going to. I think I was going to play knight c1. Yeah, I was going to play knight c1 here. And I was like, okay, but he's probably not going to take f6. If he doesn't take f6, I don't know, maybe queen e4, but then rook e8. Like, it's a very dicey position, right? Which is why he played knight e4. And I was like, okay, he played knight e4. And I have one move here. I play queen g7 because I have to guard this. And I was thinking of queen e7 here because I don't want knight c5 to come. But I was like, okay, he has b4. Also, if you really wants knight c5, like, I can't take because the whole house is falling apart on the king side. So I was like, no. I was like, okay, queen g7. He's going to play knight c5. Then he thinks for a long time here, and he plays b3. And I know when you have the queen on g3, when you have a knight on h4 coming to f5, when you have a knight on e4 hitting f6, when you have a rook on f1 hitting f6, when you have a rook on e1, you guys see the pattern. When you have a rook on e1 hitting e6, and you play b3, you haven't seen anything in your position. So now I have to play quickly because my position is busted. This is why you had to switch your mindset mid-game. I was like, I have to play quickly or my position is completely busted. So I play knight d5 in like 5 seconds because I'm like, I have to play a move. c3, knight c6. Knight c5, bishop c8. This is the most ugly position, and he has finally found the way to win this game, bishop f5. And I see this on the board, and I'm like, oh no, because he has now bishop e6. If I play queen g8, which is what I played in the game, I was not happy with bishop e6. Because if I take, then he takes. And if I play queen g7, knight f5. Queen g5, and I don't even know, h4 maybe knight e4, hit the queen again. My queen doesn't have many squares, and like c4, hit that knight. And then knight h4 back, and hit g4. My position is completely busted here. Actually, I guess take first, right? And then, I don't know, play c4. So bishop e6 is the winning move. And I was sitting there, and I'm like, okay, he's gonna play it. He's a very strong player, and I just completely messed this game up. And he plays c4, and I'm like, okay, 97. Takes. My position is -4. It is -4, and I am completely losing. I'm up a pawn. I'm up a pawn. And yet I'm completely busted because he has 96, rook f7, and I thought I would survive here. And he plays a move that was like, wow. Queen C. Actually, wait. Let me. Queen C3. Bang. And I'm like, I know what's gonna happen. 95. He's gonna sack the rook. Here's the problem. I don't have another option because if I play rook f8, that loses the rook. I can give back the rook. I mean, I can give a rook back, but I was like, if I'm going down the exchange, I'm gonna lose. If the 95 is gonna take, I can't play queen g7. I can't play. Look at this. I can't play queen g7. I can't play queen g6. I can't play queen g5 to guard this pawn. I can't play queen f8 either. So all the squares that I have to guard this pawn are non-existent. So I play 95, and he sacks the rook. Takes, rook g7. And now I'm losing. But here I have about 3 minutes on my clock, and he has about 5. So what I'm hoping for, or maybe 9, I don't really remember. What I'm hoping for is a big blunder. And he gives me it. Here he should play rook f4, and this is what I thought he was gonna play because it's completely winning. If I play h5, he has rook f6, and I'm just gonna die. my king on h6, h7 is dying. If I king h7, you know, I have queen h5. I mean, it's such an uncomfortable position. And now he's threatening rook g4, and then he's threatening my rook. Here he gives me a gift, and he plays knight f5. Why is that bad? Because now I take, and I play rook e8. My one piece that I can move moves, and now I pin the queen, and he has to do the mass exchange. Tick, 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 tick. So now he's up a pawn in a rook endgame. This is still losing. That's how bad my position was back in move 27. That's how bad my position. He can be up a pawn. We went from me being up a pawn to him being up a pawn, right? But this is not the worst that I thought would happen. Rook g4. Rook e2, and he puts a3. And I'm like, okay, I'm losing, but maybe not that much. Rook e3, rook f4, and rook f3. And he offers me a draw, and I'm like, okay, I'll take it. Or I think, actually, no, I don't think he played rook f4. Maybe he played rook g3. I'm not sure, because I didn't get the notation enough. But he offered me a draw. Maybe he was feeling some nerves here. And I was like, okay, well, you know, I'll take it, of course. And that is round 1. I somehow survived the draw, and I'm like, wow, he actually offered me a draw. So that's round 1 done in the books. We get a draw in round 1. Not the best result, obviously. But generally in this tournament, I'm just trying to play chess, take it round by round, and it's good to be back. Good to be back in OTB. I have a good big tournament coming up, so it's good to you know, practice for this. And you know, this line with bishop e3 is something you guys should look at to you know, definitely check out. And that'll be it for the round number 1. If you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And I'll be back for round 2. Welcome back to OTB Tournament Recaps. More videos coming, like this one. More series, more coming. See you guys soon. Till next time, Rain Pitcher Mix out.